There are a ton of different ways that you can attach your phone to your car. Now, whether that be a magnetic vent mount or something that attaches to your windshield, there's plenty of options out there. But not a lot of options come with built-in Alexa support. That's what makes this car mount a little bit different. This is the Avo Connect by iOttie, and it comes with built-in Alexa support. Now, for fans of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you'll know how useful having a smart assistant in your car can be. Smart assistants can provide directions, they can play Spotify playlists, they can even locate the closest gas station, all hands-free. The problem with these smart assistants is they're usually only available on newer model vehicles. If you have an older car and you want a smart assistant, then you'll need something like this. But how good is something like this? Well, we're going to answer that question today. Join me, Matt Hall, MakeUseOf.com, as we take a closer look at the Avo Connect by iOttie. So the standout feature of the Avo Connect is the built-in Alexa support. Now this support brings all of the functionality of Alexa to your vehicle. This means that almost anything you can ask Alexa at home, you can ask Alexa in your car. So a little about the technical specifications. In order to charge the unit, it uses a USB-C charging port. It is 2.68 in depth. It is 3.14 inches wide. It is 4.61 inches tall. It has a weight of 6.17 ounces. Additionally, inside the unit, there's a coin battery that allows you to open and close the jaws while your vehicle is off. Now, it's also got Bluetooth 5.0, 3 enhanced noise-canceling microphones, and a responsive LED light ring. Inside the box, you'll get the Avo Connect unit itself. You'll get the 12-volt USB-C power cable. You get 2 twist lock stick-on bases. I've only got one here because the other one is already installed in my vehicle. You get the quick start guide, and you'll get the Avo Connect owner's manual. So let's talk about the built-in Alexa support. Now, I should probably mention that if you're using Alexa in the car, then you're going to be using data. Similarly, if you don't have wireless signal, then Alexa is not going to work. I did have one small problem with Alexa, and that was sometimes she didn't hear me. Usually this happened when I had my radio up a bit, and so that's kind of to be expected. In my experience, even smart assistants like Android Auto or Apple CarPlay still have a little bit of trouble when the radio is very, very loud. So let's talk about additional features. Now, aside from Alexa support, the Avo Connect offers up to 10 watts of Qi wireless charging. That means when you install your phone, immediately you're going to get charge. Now, my iPhone only uses 7.5 watts. But if you have a larger Android phone that uses a 10-watt charger, then the Avo Connect will work just fine for you. The final feature that I'd like to talk about is the AutoSense mounting technology. This technology uses an IR proximity sensor, which is right here, in order to be able to open the motorized cradle. Now you can see this in action whenever I put my phone in front of it. The cradle opens and then quickly closes. Now I found that whenever you have your phone directly set so that you are within 4 inches of the charging plate, the motorized jaws will open. And you kind of have to hold your phone like this where it's direct on. If you come at the unit like this or wave your phone, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it looks like it is working, but there were a couple of times where I went to try and put my phone up on the dashboard like that, and it wouldn't register that I put my phone in front of it. In addition to that, you do have a mute function on the back of the unit if you don't want Alexa listening into your conversations. Now, there are 3 microphones on here, and those are designated by these tiny holes on each portion of the base unit. There's one on the back as well. These holes ensure that if you're talking to Alexa, you're going to usually get a response. As I said previously though, sometimes if the music is really loud in the car, Alexa is not going to hear you. Now also on the back are these 2 buttons that will allow you to release the jaws when they are clamping to your phone. It is a great feature to have because if you really need to get your phone out quickly, you just press the button and it slides right into your hand. So one of the things that I'd like to do is show you the features of the Avo Connect in action in sort of like a real world situation. So it's Saturday today. I have a bunch of errands that I've got to get done. I've got to hit up the pharmacy and the hardware store. I've got to find a birthday present for my wife. Her birthday's in about 12 days. And I figured I'd bring you guys along, and that way you could sort of see what the Avo Connect can do and how it's used in a normal everyday situation. Can you get me directions to Home Depot?
I found 3 results. The first one is the Home Depot 1.3 miles away on 465 Center Street.
This is kind of a real world example as to what you would use the Avo Connect for. You can get directions, you can ask it to play Spotify playlists. Because we're driving and in Massachusetts, I'm not 100% sure if you can drive around with a camera operating. I'm probably just going to use the Alexa feature while I'm parked, and then I'm going to turn the camera off and we'll get to our destination and we'll carry on from that point. Now I'd like to test the phone call capability of this smart assistant. We're standing in front of a pizza shop, so I'm going to call the pizza shop and see if they're open for business. I know they're not. It's 9:45 in the morning on Saturday. They don't open until 11, but let's give them a call anyway. Dial 617-471
617-471.
And as you can see, my phone has switched over to the phone aspect. So calling is no problem with this application or with the Avo Connect. Text messaging, on the other hand, you cannot text with Alexa unless the person you are texting is also a subscriber to Alexa Communication. Texting is where it's at for a lot of folks that are my age, Gen Xers or millennials. Texting is the preferred method of communication, and not being able to have that texting function is something that is going to be disappointing for a lot of folks. But if you're a phone person, as I said, you don't have to worry about this. You can use Alexa to make calls. You can talk on the phone via your stereo system. People can hear you just fine. So what do we love about the Avo Connect from iOttie? I think that setup, install, connectivity, the motorized clamp on here, all of that stuff is fantastic. I think that something like this, where you don't have to worry about wrestling with these clamps and you can just put your phone in front and they will open up, is a really great way to solve the problem of having to wrestle with the phone mount. So if you want Alexa in your car, I think the Avo Connect is a great way to go. However, if you already have Android Auto or CarPlay in your car, then the Avo Connect is probably not going to work well for you. So what's not to love? The first issue is the lack of text message support. Now, if you're a phone person, that doesn't really make a difference. You would probably rather be on the phone anyway. But for someone like me, the lack of text message capability is something that I consider a deal breaker. I think Alexa's selective hearing, even despite these 3 microphones, also may rub some people the wrong way. Now, finally, I think the location of these rear buttons is a little awkward. This is just a tiny gripe. It's a little rough edge. It's something that I noticed. Let's talk about repairability. Can you repair the Avo Connect? The short answer here is no. Now, you do have 4 screws on the back of the Qi charging plate, but this unit is really not designed to be taken apart. That being said, if you do have any kind of warranty issues with this product, iOttie offers a 2-year warranty against any kind of manufacturer defects. So should you buy the Avo Connect from iOttie? I think that this is a fantastic little phone mount, and if you don't currently have some sort of smart assistant in your car, this is a great way to get smart assistant functionality into your automobile. The motorized clamp system and the Qi wireless charging pad make the device worth the $99 price tag without the Alexa support. I think that iOttie throwing in the Alexa support really takes this mount from good to really good, even with the few limitations that we discussed. Overall, the Avo Connect is a well-made and cleverly designed phone mount, and I think it really demonstrates the many reasons why iOttie is so popular in the automotive accessory space. I, for one, hope to see more products from iOttie like this in the future. If you'd like to read our full review on the Avo Connect by iOttie, please visit us at makeuseof.com. My name is Matt Hall. I appreciate you watching today, and we will see you in the next one.